Yo, what's good, y'all? Been a little while. How y'all doing? It's your boy J Suave. I am the host of J Suave TV. And I'm back, finally back to get y'all some videos. Now, reason for lack of uploads. I was out of town last weekend. My alma mater, big state, Virginia State University, had their homecoming. So I was away for a while, I was taking in all the vibes of the y'all. We back now to get y'all this content. Before I even say anything about this, welcome to Derry series. I want to thank y'all for 300 subscribers off the rip. 6 months back in the swing of things on this YouTube side after losing my channel earlier on this year. We already almost back where we were in that amount of time. I don't even know where I was in the other channel 6 months in. Wasn't no 300 subscribers though, I'll tell y'all that. So much love, let's keep growing. And on the TikTok side, man, my first home, I was still running up likes even when I wasn't posting. Y'all got me about 100 plus likes while I was not posting anything. Y'all some real ones. I appreciate you. Like I said, I am back now to get y'all some videos, but I am also in the process of moving too. So bear with me. Y'all probably get some shorts every day during this moving process at the very least. I'll get back to the consistent full-length videos like next week. Okay, over for now though, I want to let y'all know I did tap into this Welcome to Derry series on HBO Max. And that first episode was insane. Very much unhinged. It's not gonna be no formal recap or nothing either because I definitely do not know what the hell was going on with that military plot. Gotta watch someone else's breakdown on that. I'm just here to give y'all my thoughts on the first episode. I want to get this out to y'all soon because word on the street is that the second episode is dropping earlier than it's supposed to on Halloween, the day after my birthday, which is a good thing, but then it also means I have less time to put out the thoughts on the episode how I want to. Just go get right into this episode. If you like anything I gotta say all in this video, y'all already know what y'all gotta do. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things. Let's talk about this episode real quick. So I have to start off with the ending. I expected to believe that all the kids down here died in the very first episode. What was the point in putting them on a poster like this if they was just gonna be fodder for Pennywise at the very beginning of the series? Now, being that they're on the poster, I'm gonna use my context clues and assume that some way, somehow, these kids managed to survive this heroin ordeal with whatever came out of Shorty's coochie to start off this episode. I just can't see another set of kids taking on the mystery of what happened to Matty. They're gonna have to force connections to him that we have not seen in this first episode. To me, that just don't really make sense. One thing if I feel like this series is trying to go down an episodic route, but I do feel like this Matty storyline is the overarching storyline of this series that we're going to follow throughout at least this first season. If this series is anything like the movies, we are very likely going to get 2 minimum seasons of this series, providing this season does well, which I honestly can't see it not. I mean, this is a series that's been talked about for quite some time now, and they dropped it at the peak of spooky season. Who's not watching it? I'm not saying it won't have some drop off. Like, I'm very cautiously optimistic about anything I watch these days. At the very least, I am hopeful that this does get a second season. If they are doing that approach like the movies, we only follow one group of kids. But yeah, I don't see this first episode building up these kids. Mind you, some of the characters actually get some decent character development in this first episode. Character relationships to Matty wholly expanded on. We're just going to take out 80% of them in the very first episode. This baby Pennywise, essentially. Yeah, nah, I don't see that. That little girl, though, she might for real have kicked the bucket. Shorty was holding her hand off of her body. I also want to just talk about this little demon thing real quick. Shout out to whoever was behind the effects behind this creature. I don't know. This thing right here was menacing as hell. And if I had to see it, so do y'all. I understand at the very beginning of the episode where Shorty just magically gave birth to this thing. They were trapped in the car. They couldn't really go nowhere else. Like, I can understand them getting clipped in the car at that point in time. Why did none of the main characters leave the theater the second they seen this thing flying? I mean, it took them years to even attempt. We got them watching over the chairs on. They didn't see that shit fly across the theater. Get out. I gotta do my homework on the in movies, but I also don't know if they really apply to this series. That is essentially a prequel to those movies. Like, this series takes place in the 60s, so can I take anything from those movies and apply it to this? When it comes to Pennywise's power set anyway, because I swear in them first It movies, the shit he produced at the very beginning of the movie wasn't necessarily real. He was just trying to instill fear in them kids' hearts. This thing, from the looks of this episode, really went on to kill a lot of people. I also want to talk about the very beginning of the episode too. I don't know what this boy Matty got himself into. It looked like he just snuck into a rated R movie theater when he's clearly like 12 years old. But what happened in that theater did not warrant you to run away from home, brother. I don't know how bad it is at home. I'm sure they dropped off some hints at his family in this episode. How bad could things be at home for you to be literally hitchhiking, doing whatever it takes to get out of Derry? What do you know about Derry that we don't? And all that just to get tricked by a Pennywise variant at the very beginning of the episode. That's tough. Not just a Pennywise variant, a Pennywise variant's family. I'm talking about the fetus of this Pennywise variant's family. Why was bro sucking a pacifier? Like, literally, what is going on in the home? There was one other thing that was interesting about the intro scene of this episode. There's something going on the radio about some mutagen going around in some other country that could cause birth defects across the world. Just found it interesting that we heard that right before Lady gave birth to this Demigorgon. And I'm almost positive that whatever was said on the radio is tied to this military operation that we see in this episode. Other than that, though, the main kids at the very least are pretty entertaining. Least favorite one is ironically the little girl that I think is probably rest in peace at this point. Everybody else is cool. I like bro that be joking around and like the female protagonist as well. There's some good scares in this one too, y'all. I can't even lie. Matty talking to old girl through the drain. His lamp coming to life after that very intense conversation he had with his pops or his grandpa. So far so good, man. I really like how the episode ended with Shorty screaming like that. Look forward to seeing what other absolute terror Pennywise gets these kids into in this season. Finding out more of the origins of Pennywise and Derry itself, because why couldn't Matty leave Derry? Like, bro tried leaving with Pennywise variant's family, and then they literally drove back into the town on some from shit. I know that Pennywise, and I guess the town of Derry haunts the kids in the OG and the 2010s It movie. Literal decades after the events of the first movie, this entity is living rent-free in these kids' heads. I didn't think it was impossible to leave the town before this series, so I'm curious about what they doing about that. I give the episode an 8 out of 10. Calm, none crazy. Still got some questions I'm sure will be answered, and I wasn't even paying attention to the military plot like that. Gotta do better for episode 2. Yeah, let me know what y'all thought about the Welcome to Derry series. Are you a fan of it so far? What are your early questions? Where do you see the season going? And in all comments, leave them below. I'll be your host, Chase Suave. We'll be entertained, and we gonna talk soon. Peace, y'all.